Placards up.
Thank the hell out of you guys, man. This is awesome. We could not have done this without the massive coalition that we have built here in Colorado. Think about it. All of us. Just a carpenter, contractor, a couple of us. We just decided we'd had enough. We'd had enough. I'm humbled. I'm humbled to be here with you tonight, my family, my smoking hot wife. Woo! Some of you might remember that from years ago. Taylor, David, thank you. What a moment, what a team, and what a victory. I mean, come on, they called it early. It is a fantastic night to be an American here in Colorado. Not such a good night to be a Democratic super PAC, right? It's been a wild ride these past 3 weeks, and we thought it'd be a little tighter tonight just because they threw 10 million into our race, but our voices have spoken here in Colorado. It's a movement. It's not about me. It's about making sure people have a voice. They want a voice. They want to know that their government has their back, and it hasn't had it for so long. That's why we're here. It's all about Colorado and working Americans. All of these shady super PACs controlled by Biden, Schumer, Michael Bennet, he denied it today. It's not his PAC. Really, Michael? He spent millions and millions of dollars trying to take me out, trying to make sure that this moment here for Colorado didn't happen. Me, Joe O'Day, a carpenter, just a contractor, has never run for any public office before. Millions and millions of dollars they dumped in. $10 million. They didn't put that in some of the presidential races that they've run. But there's an old football expression that feels really appropriate tonight. You are what the scoreboard says you are, right? You know what that scoreboard says tonight? This is Joe Day 1, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden, Michael Bennet, 0. We did. To all of you and everyone across the state who did so much to make this victory possible, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. We've such an incredible team. It's more like a family. And to all of you who rallied in the face of adversity, Celeste, Taylor, David, and I, we are eternally grateful. I also want to thank Representative Hanks for running a tough race. He worked hard. He had an incredible grassroots following. But beating Biden, Bennett is going to take a united effort after a tough primary. I'll work especially hard to win the support of Ron's many voters. Ron deserves a round of applause for his willingness to run and to serve. I got to tell you, this multi-million-dollar campaign by Democrats in the Republican primary is everything that American people hate about politics. It's pure cynicism, it's deceit, all of the millions of dollars, all of it scheming, all of it a shield to protect a single politician, Michael Bennet and his seat. They want the power. They want to take that from the accountability of the voters. It's the worst in our politics. But that is the greatest thing about our political system. The politicians can scheme, but in the end, it's the voters of Colorado that get the final say. Our victory tonight is proof we, the people, can still call the shots here in Colorado. We took their punch. We took their punch. We shocked the world. We beat them once. We'll beat them again in November. Are you with me? And so now we have it, the election that Michael Bennet didn't want, right? He didn't want a carpenter, he didn't want a contractor. Let there be no doubt, the Colorado Senate race is going to be a referendum on Joe Biden's policy and Michael Bennet's rubber stamp. America is struggling and moving in the wrong direction, and Joe Biden, he is to blame. Michael Bennet has been Biden's wingman at every turn. Bennet votes with Biden 100% of the time. I love my wife dearly, Celeste, but I've never agreed with her 100% of the time. Just saying. Let's just look at his record on inflation, spending, the debt, on energy policy and gas prices, on rampant crime and a broken border, on all of it, every single time. When the chips are down, Michael Bennet does whatever Joe Biden wants him to do. Michael Bennet is Joe Biden's senator. He's not a Colorado senator. Colorado wants its leaders to be independent. Michael Bennet is not independent. I am. That's why tonight, when they counted the votes, independents showed up. They voted for me in this primary, and we're going to work hard to keep them in our coalition this fall. Our coalition is what made this victory possible. It's Trump Republicans, GOP Republicans, log cabin Republicans, pro-life, pro-choice Republicans, independents, parents, the police, seniors, veterans, unions, farmers, rural, urban, and suburban voters, and yes, even disenfranchised Democrats that have come onto our team. Our campaign is a big tent, and there's room for plenty more. It's a coalition of people who don't agree on every issue, every time. But we are united in a deep and abiding love of our country and a profound belief that America is so much better than what we have become. These are the voices I will fight for in the U.S. Senate. Trust me, I'll be a different kind of senator, and that's probably an understatement. The first time I went back to Washington, I had a well-known official tell me, I probably shouldn't wear blue jeans and cowboy boots to meet when I'm meeting with U.S. senators. I said, well, we're going to see about that. I am who I am. But know this, none of this will change me. I'm an outsider, not a politician. I'm a contractor, not a slick talker, as you guys have come to know. I will listen to people. I'm a man who loves this country, and I don't have a lot of patience for those who live to tear America down. That's not me. I'll represent Colorado, because my heart and soul is here in Colorado. I'm a person who isn't afraid to walk into a room of people who disagree with me and say, we don't agree on everything, but let's find a way to work together. I did that many, many times during this primary. And I'll do it again on the Senate floor as well. I'll work with reasonable people on both sides of the aisle and stand up to the extremes. I won't vote the party line. Don't know how to do it. Michael Bennet, though, he votes with the Democratic Party every time. I'll be more like a Republican Joe Manchin. I'll vote my conscience. I'll make tough choices. I will ruffle feathers. And I will always put America and Colorado first. No political party will own me. My agenda is common sense. I'm running to be a voice for working Americans. I'm one of you, and I will fight for you each and every day. I'm running to cut the debt, the wasteful spending. The debt's a moral issue, and I'm not worried about the next election. What I'm worried about is what we're leaving to our next generation. I'm running to keep America safe, secure. At home, that means supporting our police and our law enforcement. I will back the blue. Overseas, that means standing by our military and pursuing a foreign policy in the tradition of Ronald Reagan, peace through strength. And above all, I'm running to move America forward. America is the greatest nation in the history of humankind. We are so much better than what we have become. And you know it for yourselves, and we do too. It is the only place in the world where a story like mine and Celeste is possible. Celeste cleaned homes with her mother. She waited tables when she was 13, both to help her family cover the bills. I never met my biological mom and dad. I was adopted by a Denver cop and a loving mother and raised in a middle-class Denver home. My parents loved me like their own. They made me wash dishes to pay for a Catholic education. That's love. We've forgotten about that. Celeste worked at the Aurora Press Hospital to help pay for her way through school as an intern. And then she went on to work as a microbiologist. And she started her work day almost every morning at 4 a.m. I remember groaning as she got out of bed.
I remember groaning.
Come on, it's time to go to work. I left Colorado State a semester early to start a construction company. And 30 years later, after several recessions, we are still going strong. We've employed thousands of families that have helped build this great state. All of these things were made possible through hard work, through opportunities provided by this great country. And I'm running for the Senate because I want that formula. Hard work and a country with endless possibilities. To be alive and thriving for generations to come. You know, nothing in life has ever been given to me. I was sort of hoping this primary wouldn't turn out to be World War III. Enter 10 million from Chuck Schumer. That's just my luck, nothing given, only earned, and I'm okay with that. I won all these personal battles the same way I'll win this one. By working, by fighting, by grinding every day, by taking zero for granted. We're up for the fight. I'm not afraid of Chuck Schumer. Are you? No. We beat him in the primary, and we're going to beat him again in the general. I got to tell you, Chuck Schumer's afraid of us. He knows we're coming for Michael Bennett's seat. We're going to take back Colorado. We've got a great movement. If you look at the ticket that Republicans put on the general election ballot this year, it's fantastic. It's great working Americans that have been in business, that know how hard we work for our money. And I'm super excited to be at the top of this ticket and make sure we kick some ass this November. God bless you, and thank you for being on Team Joe. I really appreciate it.